He's going to break your ass at SummerSlam. My God, he's going to go after the ring generals, ring genitals. He's going to go after the big bratwurst. He's going to start dancing like Alex Wright. Can I do the Alex Wright dance? No. Who on here knows who Alex Wright is? Are you old enough to remember Das Wunderkid Alex Wright? Achtung, Achtung, it is time to do one Monday night show for this month. I'm John Wright with my review WWE Raw from the Legacy Arena at BJCC. Now that just sounds positively perverted. They're in Birmingham, Alabama. I'm sorry if you haven't been from Alabama. You are probably not going to like some of the jokes that I say about this. But yeah, I decided to review this because they announced a Gauntlet. And I'm happy I did. There's some stuff to talk about. And also, still kind of riding the high from the weekend marathon of wrestling. And let me actually just say really briefly, which will probably go a few minutes. Guys, if you enjoyed AEW All In, that's all you watched, great. If you just watched Saturday night's main event, Great American Bash, and Evolution 2, not necessarily in that order, great. If you watched all of it like I did, great. You know what the thing about it is? You can enjoy the parts that you like from either brand, from either show, from whatever show, without being a tribalistic asshole. Without saying, oh, this is so unfair, although 26,000 whatever in a stadium. Okay, great. Still was 7 hours long, longer than the Book of Exodus. WWE didn't necessarily deliver with Saturday night's main event. Great American Bash was what it was. Evolution 2 over-delivered, especially given the lame amount of hype that they gave it. It was like a lame duck or a horse that needed to be sent to the glue factory with the amount of hype they gave it. But the ladies definitely delivered and over-delivered in many instances. You can enjoy professional wrestling when, and even being online isn't the problem. You just need to understand it is important to enjoy wrestling as it is. I say as somebody that ranted about the All-In main event. Not about the end of the main event, but about the fact that, various things in that match did not appeal to me. But that doesn't mean other people can't like it. That doesn't mean you guys can't like that or anything else. If you watch indie shows and watch none of that shit. The whole thing is support the wrestlers you like. Love the wrestlers you like. Love the shows you like. Not every show is going to be perfect. The best goddamn pay-per-view of all time, the best stadium shows, the best arena shows, the best shows that took place in a goddamn broom closet are gonna have issues. But you gotta enjoy professional wrestling. If you're gonna be a tribalistic asshole, then quite frankly, you're just gonna continue to be fucking miserable. And trust me, I know something about being fucking miserable. So anyway, let's get to this. This will, of course, be the only WWE video that I do for the remainder of this month. Well, I might do SummerSlam predictions just at the end. Like, around the 30th or so. Maybe on the 1st. It depends. Probably on the 30th. But I will be doing the SummerSlam Night 1 and 2 reviews. My God. SummerSlam Night 1 and 2. Good Lord. SmackDown is back at 2 hours. Maybe I'll check that out sometime after SummerSlam. We'll see. It's a lot of wrestling to cover. Speaking of which, there wasn't a lot of wrestling to cover on this show. Recap Saturday night's main event and Evolution 2. And Naomi came out, big pop, good for her. They were saying you deserve it. She's like, oh, well, nobody's, well, why are you guys telling me that now? You're not going to get on this hype train. She was healing it up, doing great, and that's good. She was finally just able to unleash again and in front of a live audience. Now, I know she'd done some promos as a heel in front of a live audience. This felt fresh. This felt like, very full of vitriol. And, she basically, she was talking about, it's like, you thought I was going to cash in and ruin Jade and Tiffany, but don't nobody know my next move. Not even me. I'm always 5 steps ahead of myself, so I can watch what I'm doing. Wait, what? So then she said, talking about like befriending Bianca or whatever, being a third wheel. I didn't. It's like I outgrew you, Bianca. She was doing some good stuff here. I encourage you guys to check out this promo, and. Then she tells everybody, I advise you to proceed with caution. Here's Rhea. My God. She makes any outfit look good. Rhea says, you know, my goals were to beat Io and recapture my title, and now those are still my goals, except you're in my way. Here's Io, and good God, Io, with fucking respect. My word. Looking great as always. They kind of banter back and forth a bit. Pierce says, you know what? SummerSlam's really big. We got to go both barrels and everything, like we're Chris or Kerry Von Erich. Moving on. And it's going to be a three-way at SummerSlam. Good. Both Rhea and Io can afford to take a loss on a big stage, given how they've been used. It'll give Naomi a chance to run with the title a little bit longer. She'll get a sneaky win. She'll be able to go face Stephanie McCourt at Clash in Paris. Probably be here with some shenanigans. I'm not complaining, because then you give Naomi a bit of an extended run. But there we are. So, more Judgment Day stuff where Dominic basically is being forced, despite his bad ribs, to go out and, accompany Roxanne and Raquel to the ring for Liv. They keep mentioning Liv because they are trying to basically build a tension where Liv has got to be pissed. She's going to be a monster babyface when she comes back. The reaction she gets at the Rumble is going to be insane. So, Roxanne and Raquel against the Kabuki Warriors. Okay. It was what it was. I did love Kyrie struggling with her umbrella, Ella, A. And Cole brought up how Dominic has cheated a lot on a lot of women on this show. And Corey kind of stumbled over and says, well, just because you're on a diet doesn't mean you can't look at the menu. Gee, should Carmella worry? Well, don't worry. Him and Carmella didn't get together after he broke up with the wife of, his children or whatever, including one that had medical issues and really needed their dad to... Right. Yeah, people forget that about Corey. Corey, do not get me wrong, is a whole lot better than Pat McAfee on commentary, but still, I won't forget that. And trust me, I know all about cheating. I know all about it. It never ends well for anybody. So, we get a roll-up for 3 after a distraction. Roxanne looked good. Like, in this, she did fine. Raquel sucks. I'm sorry. She's not good. So, Jackie's back there with Heyman, Braun, and Bronson. And that Seth has until next June to cash this, so his health is not really a concern. My guess, they're waiting on the MRI. They're waiting to see if he's going to be okay and probably show up at SummerSlam. Now, if it is an ACL, he is out. He's out till about March, February or March. I'm thinking with the way they're wording this could end up being inflated just to give us more of a sense of surprise when he comes back. But there we are. So, then we recap something from a golf game where Miz and George Kittle are doing something. Are we going to just have Celebrity SummerSlam? I mean, good God. All right. Bayley to Lyra, you want this, I need this. I think she was talking about the match. I'm going to pretend she was, because otherwise, moving on. So, Lyra got a good reaction. Bayley got a good reaction. Lyra and Bayley, 2 out of 3 falls match. Winner faces Becky at SummerSlam. Bayley got a quick one over Lyra. And then Lyra did eventually, do some good stuff to get the second fall. I liked how they did this stuff. They did some really, really nice, back and forth offense. Bayley caught her, trying to do the leg drop, caught her in a Bayley to belly. There was the kind of weird top rope drop, but then a power bomb for 2 that Cole called the Nightwing, because Cole's an idiot. And an apron suplex. I don't really know why we need to do the apron backdrop either, because it is the hardest part of the ring. But so Lyra had her back focused on while Bayley had a rough knee. And an elbow to the back for 2. And then a crossface. I hope the dogs aren't in the enclosed pool area, but the side garage door is open so others can escape. And then a roll through, and then suddenly Nightwing. 1, 2, 3. I was a bit surprised Lyra got the victory, but you know what? If this leads to Lyra vanquishing Becky, and Lyra and Bayley have a program where Bayley wins in, say, October, but Lyra gets her moment vanquishing her, idol, good. Becky shows up in red and yellow, embracing the Becky Hogan stuff. The difference is, people can compare, Becky and Mercedes is like the creative control thing, or they're like both versions of Hogan. Here's the difference. Becky drew money. So, Stephanie McCourt, my word. Chelsea Green interrupts. I wouldn't mind seeing that program. In fact, I think we're actually going to get that a little bit later. We'll probably... Oh, good God. I just have thought about what we're going to have at SummerSlam. I'm not looking forward to SummerSlam, by the way. So, Karrion Kross got a vignette. It's like the Sean O'Hare pre-tapes. They don't translate well to the live crowd. So, Chelsea with the Secret Harvest took on Nikki Bella. Nikki's first Raw match in 7 years. And all due respect to the individual that is Nikki Bella for the tough stuff she's gone through. It is 2025 and Nikki Bella has gained a singles match. I'm sorry, this is pointless. Trish at least can still go. Nikki did not look... She didn't look necessarily sloppy, but she didn't necessarily look all that great because she was never that good in the ring. A TKO won it, and then the Secret Harvest attacked, and so then we're getting Stephanie McCourt there, and my God, I just had a thought that Stephanie is going to team up with both Bellas against Chelsea and the Secret Harvest at SummerSlam, because I'm not allowed to enjoy pay-per-views anymore. Oh, but there we go. But hey, at least we are getting Lyra against Becky, and hey, Kier, who lost in 2 straight nights? Who lost shot at the Intercontinental Championship for the women? Who did? Poor Kier. Great guy. Really great guy, Kier. Just have to make a couple jokes right here. But at least Liv will be back, and you will get to see Liv dominate like you want to. You sick freak. Again, poor Kier. Great guy. So, we get New Day in black, and Waller is their butler with hair for Pierce. And then Pierce knocks it over, and Xavier said there will be hell to pay. I admit that I laughed at that quite a bit. And Pierce tells Dominic, hey, if you're okay, you're going to face AJ for the IC title at SummerSlam. Dominic's praying that God won't do this, and AJ is praying backstage. For the medical clearance community, yeah, all right, there we go. I don't listen to him, God. Whatever. I mean, I guess you might as well have some. AJ's willing to poke fun at his fictitious storybook, so there we are. Jackie is with Rusev. Rusev Udrya, Rusev Machka. He's a saint. He's a sinner. I'm going to rewatch Sinners, actually, after this. You should, too. If you have not seen Sinners. Even if you have, watch it again. So, here's Sheamus. It's another match. It's going to banger after banger. Huh, damn near killed her. And Gunther is out here to say that he retired Bill Goldberg. Just totally ran him dry. He was just gassed at that. He was gassed, actually, within his entrance because he's old and shouldn't have been competing. But he got his speech cut because Bret Hart cut the feed. Because Bret Hart is hilarious. No, Bret didn't do that, but it would be funny. And that Steiner shows up with Heyman. Gunther cuts off Heyman, saying he's not really interested. Uh-oh. In Austria, you know what? I'm just not even going to say it. But they're skating close to the line here. But Heyman did say about Braun, he's a Steiner. About time we acknowledge that. And he's going to break your ass to SummerSlam. Just get right up in there where the dogs are going to be barking. Right at that gerbil that's up that guy's ass. If anybody has seen South Park, you know what I'm talking about. Forget Lemmy Winks. Just go watch some other wrestling and you'll see Lemmy Twinks. So, Gunther is seated in the skybox somewhere. Like Statler and Wardorf. And it is basically he's here to watch. Whoever wins faces him at SummerSlam. It's Steiner and Penta to start off, and Steiner dominated, but got cocky. Penta came back, and then tried to do a springboard, and Steiner hit him with a spear, and I think knocked him back into Lucha Underground. That was painful. LA Knight came out after his weird win over Seth Rollins, and did some good stuff, focused on the shoulder of Steiner. but eventually got hit with a spear. Then here's Jay, because that's what we need, is more yeet. And don't worry, Kier. Jay won. Oh, no, Reed interfered and Jay lost. Again, poor Kier. Great guy. But, he got laid out. Reed, interfered, because it's no DQ in a Gauntlet match. I don't remember Gauntlet matches having no DQ. I don't remember that. Doing stuff behind the ref's back is one thing, but what the fuck? Here's Punk, and he, gloms Steiner, but Steiner takes over. Did some nice stuff doing the breaking Steiner. We get a roll up for 2. Reed interferes, but gets basically pushed off. We get the elbow drop, and then Jay comes in to stop Reed, and then we get the GTS 1, 2, 3. But then a spear to Jay, and then Roman's here. The original Tariff Chief is back. I'd feel bad for saying that about Roman, but I don't, because if you're going to support that piece of shit, you're not helping the North Florida, stereotypes. But whatever, he has more money and can afford all that stuff while everybody else starves. But yeah, he's here, and it's probably going to be Roman and Jay and Big Jim Uso against Reed, Steiner, and Ricky Saints or something. I don't know if Seth Rollins can't go. So yeah, that is your one Raw review for this month. I will probably do the one after SummerSlam unless there's a mystery movie, but we'll see. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter, Letterboxd, Blue Sky handles in the description. I'm John Rentlin. Until we meet again, happy trails to you.